In the cold reaches of the Velari expanse, a single human colony shimmered beneath a pale blue star. New Carthage, home to 12 million souls, was the edge of Earth's reach, a place of art, trade, and quiet progress. They called it the Garden Between Galaxies. To the Jathar Dominion, it was an affront. The Jathar saw humanity as a relic of a forgotten war. A primitive species allowed too much peace, too much breath. The galaxy had moved on, they said. Earth's age had passed, its name fading like an old myth whispered in dying light. And so, when the Jathar fleets emerged from warp space above New Carthage, they did not announce their presence with diplomacy. They announced it with fire. The first strike vaporized the orbital shipyards. The second burned through the colony's defense grids. The third, an antimatter lance, split the capital continent into molten rivers. The Jathar flagship, Kalorvak Ascendant, broadcast the carnage across subspace frequencies. Every scream, every broken transmission was archived, translated, and shared. Their High Commander Voratal stood upon his dais, his voice cold and deliberate. Let this be the final chapter of the human story. Let their name fade into dust. The galaxy has no place for ghosts. By dawn, New Carthage was nothing more than black glass and drifting ash. No survivors, no mercy. Only silence, the arrogance of the victors across the galactic core. The Jathar celebrated their cleansing. Feasts were held. Crystalline trophies of melted human steel were displayed in noble halls. The Dominion scholars declared it a necessary extinction, a reminder that lesser species must remain in their rightful place. In the Grand Senate of Althuros, envoys of other races turned away uneasily. No one spoke for Earth, no one dared. Humanity had grown quiet these past centuries. Their fleets seldom seen, their worlds self-contained. Many believed Earth had become isolationist, decaying, irrelevant, forgotten. Humanity has no teeth, the Jathar laughed. Their wars are ancient tales, their soldiers ghosts of another era. In the Dominion's archives, the word Terran was marked obsolete. In trade hubs, humans were mocked as dreamers, artists, diplomats, pacifists. The age of war had passed them by. But the galaxy had forgotten one truth written deep in the bones of every child born under Earth's skies. Humanity remembers. Humanity buries its pain, but never forgives. And in the shadowed command halls beneath Earth's crust, where light itself seemed to kneel, something began to stir. Echoes of the forgotten world. When the first encrypted transmissions reached Earth, the planet did not react with outcry. There were no protests, no official condemnations. The government said nothing, but deep within the continental defense grid, an ancient protocol reactivated, one sealed since the last galactic war nearly 300 years ago. Its code name, Iron Requiem. Across Luna, Mars, and the Titan shipyards, silent alarms flared crimson. Long-dormant stations powered on. Behemoth-class shipframes, unfinished relics of a forgotten conflict, came alive with ghostly hums. In the Pacific Command Spire, Admiral Helena Voss stood before a holographic rendering of New Carthage. Her voice was quiet, almost reverent. 12 million dead. They wanted us forgotten, a technician whispered. Ma'am, what are your orders? We remind them what it means to be remembered. Orders rippled across the Sol system. Civilian traffic ceased. The Terran defense network lit the void like veins of living fire. From Jupiter's storm forges, the dreadnought Erebus awakened, its hull inscribed with the words, "For the Fallen." And from the orbital vaults above Antarctica, something older still descended, something the galaxy had prayed was legend. The Leviathan-class war engines. Planet killers designed not for conquest, but retribution. Humanity's silence ended. Free. The breaking of the calm. 3 weeks after New Carthage's annihilation, the Jathar Dominion intercepted a message, broadcast on open galactic channels. A single line, cold and absolute. This is Earth Command. You took one world. We are coming for all of yours. No logo, no signature, just the voice of humanity. Steady, controlled, and promising annihilation. The Jathar mocked it. They send threats through radio waves, one commander sneered. Let them bark. Their sun will burn out before their fleets reach us. Then the stars began to die. Outposts along the rim reported sudden blackouts, entire constellations going dark as if swallowed by night. Hyperlanes jammed with ghost signals, and from the void emerged ships unlike any seen in living memory, black as obsidian, their engines pulsing like the heartbeat of gods. They carried no insignia, no banners, only the silent mark of Earth. The first Jathar fleet encountered them near the Mornis Belt, 200 Dominion warships strong. They laughed when the humans did not respond to hails. They opened fire. 17 seconds later, every Dominion ship ceased to exist. Sensors recorded no explosion, no energy surge, only a gravitational implosion so precise it erased matter itself. The human ships moved on, leaving nothing but silence and ash. Across the galaxy, fear began to spread. The return of legends. The galaxy had forgotten Earth's armies, but Earth had not forgotten its soldiers. From deep cryovaults, veterans of the old Terran fleets were reawakened. Men and women whose last memories were of wars fought centuries ago. They emerged pale and quiet, bearing the eyes of those who had seen extinction and refused it. They called themselves the Reclaimed. On the colony world of Vail-Shar, a Jathar fortress moon was razed in a single orbital strike. Witnesses described it as if the stars themselves screamed. From the wreckage rose the first human landing battalion in 300 years. They did not take prisoners. Every broadcast, every sensor feed carried the same chilling sight. Armored figures advancing through fire, their helmets marked with a single insignia, an earth rising from flame. They spoke no language the Dominion could translate. Only one phrase was clear, carried on encrypted frequency bands before every assault. You will remember our dead. The galaxy called them revenants. Earth called them Justice Darv, the storm. Over Jathar Prime. By the third month, the war had shifted from vengeance to reckoning. Human fleets moved like shadows, cutting off trade routes, disabling hypergates, severing entire star clusters from communication. Then the Erebus fleet arrived in orbit of Jathar Prime. The Dominion's capital world glowed with 10 billion lights, its skies crowded with defense grids and orbital citadels. Every gun, every ship, every warrior waited. Voratal himself stood upon his command bridge, laughing as the human fleet appeared. 30 ships against thousands. You send whispers to fight storms, he sneered. Pathetic. Then the human ships opened their hulls, and from within emerged the true storm. Swarm missiles streaked across the void, guided by quantum AI older than the Dominion itself. They bypassed shields, melted armor, and reappeared inside reactors. In under 1 minute, Jathar's first line of defense, 700 ships, was gone. Then came the Leviathans, each one larger than a moon, their hulls bristling with graviton lances capable of bending space itself. They fired once, and 3 orbital citadels ceased to exist. The shockwave shattered the upper atmosphere. Voratal screamed orders. He called upon every system, every god his people believed in. But none answered. The only reply was a transmission from Earth Command, sent directly to his bridge. Admiral Voss's face appeared, calm, cold, and unblinking. You said the galaxy has no place for ghosts. Consider this, a haunting. Then Erebus fired. The beam split Jathar Prime's crust, ignited its mantle, and shattered the planet's core. The Dominion's capital world died screaming, its oceans turned to glass, its sky into flame, and when the fires faded, the human fleet was already gone. The weight of silence. The war lasted 7 days. By its end, every Jathar shipyard, world, and command post was destroyed. Not occupied, not conquered, erased. No human demanded surrender. No diplomats arrived. The Terran fleets simply vanished back into the dark, leaving only echoes of their wrath. The Galactic Council convened in panic, debating if they should condemn or plead. But when one envoy mentioned retaliation, his transmission cut out. When it resumed, his entire station had been surgically disabled, its weapons offline, its engines frozen. A warning, not an attack, and so, no one spoke again. In the centuries that followed, the galaxy whispered in fear. On backwater worlds and in distant colonies, smugglers and traders told the same story. Don't provoke Earth. They said their fleets sleep beneath the black oceans of their homeworld. They said their admirals listen to the stars, waiting for a reason to wake. They said that when Earth is silent, the wise listen and pray that silence never breaks again. 7. The last transmission. 50 years later, a derelict Jathar probe was found drifting near the ruins of New Carthage. Its memory core, corrupted and half-burned, contained a single surviving message. Its origin unknown, its voice unmistakably human. You wanted us forgotten. You thought our silence meant surrender. But legends do not die. They wait. And when the stars remember our name, the galaxy will tremble again. The probe's data spread through black markets and encrypted archives. Scholars tried to dismiss it as forgery. The council banned its broadcast. But in the dark corners of every star system, the phrase became a whispered creed. Traders, mercenaries, even alien children repeated it like a prayer. The galaxy wanted Earth forgotten, but legends refused to die. And somewhere, far beyond the edges of mapped space, a blue world turned quietly beneath the light of its sun. Its oceans reflow,